And Chris, I want to thank you for joining us today. And I can tell you personally, having spent most of the year being treated for breast cancer, I'm very appreciative of the kind of research that your organization is doing. And I'll tell you, I would gladly trade mushroom pills for surgery, chemo, and radiation therapy that I've been through over the last 10 months. So hopefully the research will continue to show great promise. So women in my position will, a few years from now, will not have to go through the kind of difficulty I had. But I can say honestly, from my experience of going through the treatment, that my experience was probably a lot easier than it was 2 or 3 years ago even. Chemo's not easy, but it's much more targeted. As they learn more about the specific types of cancer, it becomes much more targeted. So it doesn't, it isn't as debilitating as it was, say, 10 years ago. So I was able to work through it and maintain some activities, although I was sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day, so it was limited. But I appreciate the research that's gone into it, and it's one of the reasons why this campaign is really so important, and it's such a great benefit to all of us. Through the campaign, we have the great organizations here on the campus that you can contribute to, so that you can really be giving back and supporting the students that are really the mission of the college, through the foundation and the child care center, and also you can give to the other organizations that you personally feel passionate about. So whether it's a health organization or an animal organization or an environmental organization or your local soup kitchen, you have the opportunity to give to multiple organizations through this campaign. And so it's a way each of us can really be a philanthropist. Maybe we don't have the checkbook the size of Michael Bloomberg, but through a payroll deduction, we can still be a philanthropist in ourselves. And our overall university-wide goal is to raise $500,000. So each one of you can be a part of that and have that kind of an impact overall by participating. And you as campaign captains can have an impact by not only your own gift, but also by encouraging others to be a part of it. So you're really multiplying your impact. So it's really, when you look at our theme, the power of one, each one of you has tremendous power by spreading the word, by communicating the message, by letting people know how important it is, encouraging people to participate. The power of one becomes the impact of the many, and that's really what this is all about. I'm passionate about the campaign because I know full well how much of an impact it has. Because not only do when I manage the campaign, I'm really interacting not only with you folks, but I'm also interacting with many of the charities that are part of the campaign throughout the year. And I can tell you they really appreciate the funds that they're able to receive through the campaign, because it allows them to receive funds that they wouldn't otherwise be getting. So it does make a huge impact, and generally it's funds that much of in nonprofits, many times the funds they get when it comes through grants and things like that, it's very restricted. So they can spend it on this but not on that, and so it has a lot of limitations. So the funds you're contributing through the campaign allows them to use it in a way that where they need it most. So if there's a program that's, say, 80% funded through a particular grant, they can fill that 20% gap and make sure the program continues to move forward. So that's how you're able to really have a much greater impact, through even small dollars. And I encourage participation. People should, to me it's important to give as generously as you can, but there's, whatever level of participation you can give, whatever level you can give at, it makes a difference. So encourage people to give. If they want to give $1 a paycheck or even a one-time gift, that's great. Obviously people who can give more, that's even better, but it's really all about getting people involved and to participate. And that's why we have an early bird incentive that's not tied to a giving amount, it's just tied to making a gift. So and that the deadline for that is November 29th. and there will be a drawing for an iPad. So everyone who's got their pledge in by that date will have the opportunity to win the grand prize. And we're also going to be doing some surprise drawings along the way of smaller items like mugs and bags and things like that, just sort of fun gifts to encourage more participation. I think you got a demo of the pledge site already, or? So the pledge site is fairly straightforward. If you pledged online last year, your information is already there. So you can just click replicate and populate the charities that you gave to last year, and it makes it a fairly quick process. And also, if you click replicate, if you decide, okay, I want to add another charity, I didn't know anything about City of Hope, I want to add them to my listing, you have the opportunity to edit before you submit your pledge. So it makes it really simple. For those who hadn't given online last year, I encourage you to do it, because it will give you that simple step next year where you don't have to redo your pledge each year. As I think was mentioned, there's the paper option is also available. So it's really about however you want to participate. Encourage people to be a part of it. That's really what's most important. Any questions?
Just when I'm announcing this in the department meeting, and of course the drawings are an incentive for people who may give. You said November 30th was the date?
29th, yeah. Yeah, it's the deadline for the drawing. So for online pledge, they have right up until the 29th. If it's a paper pledge, they have to get it in a week earlier so that we can get it into the system and have them included in the drawing. Other questions? Well, you folks have a tremendous track record of success. You have a real tradition here. The faculty and staff here have always been very generous in supporting the campaign, and I have no question that this year you'll probably have another successful year and top last year's results. Because I know that across the campus, there's just a tremendous level of enthusiasm and support, and the tradition is here. So I wish you success, and if there's anything that I can do in supporting your efforts, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. I often, if anyone has any issues with logging in or anything like that, I can often fix things, over email or over the phone if anyone has any questions or anything like that. So my contact information is all over the site. So feel free to reach out to me if there's anything you need. Thank you very much.